right. Now, I've got about 3 pictures to show you guys for some leaks that have been sort of spread. But it seems the way that, like, you know, with the interviews that have come out also with Ed Boon, that a lot of these are actually coming true. So this one is by Mark TDW, updated his threads on leaks and interesting information. There's no new crypts, so that we knew that. No new characters. Now, don't know. So it could very well be that Mortal Kombat 1 is simply only leaning into like the history of MK characters, pulling some into main roster, keeping some in cameo or obscure characters, but keeping it all like, you know, the only new characters that they could put into the game will simply be like, you know, guest characters. No Combat Kids, we've heard that for a bit. Story leak is legit. Shang is a Titan. There's a Titan version of Katana who kills the Combat Kids from another dimension. It's good about Shang. Lee May is in. Yeah, I think that's pretty much going to be a fair. I wouldn't be surprised because it's a little bit slim on the ladies at the moment. So I think there's going to be a lot of ladies added to this. And Lee May, Ashra. I'd love to see Serena and Tara in there as well. 3D era fans shouldn't worry about playable representation. So the 3D era actually was probably one of the best outside of the 2D games that introduced a whole bunch of really interesting and unique characters. By the time we rolled around to Armageddon, we could play as all of them, including some that we hadn't had, and it was really good. I just hope that, you know, some of the really good ones that we want, like Havoc and Reiko, we know Lee May's going to be fine, Ashra, Natara, don't end up being just cameos. Now, I've been saying this for a little bit now. It'd be nice by the end of the life cycle, every cameo character becomes playable, because I'm trying to figure out what other content they could possibly do outside of simply just adding more MK characters. It would be a really good marketing tactic to keep people engaged, knowing that yes, your cameo character that you really, really love will end up being a main. So I think that'd be pretty good. So we got that one, and then we've got this one. All right. So this one here. So game is at least using Unreal Engine 4 or a new Unreal Engine is mentioned. He also says newer. This was an interview by Jeff Gerstmann on his podcast show. He also says newer, so it's not unclear whether it's Unreal 4 or 5, judging by the time frame of development, probably Unreal 4. Certain cameos will be deep and obscure. Cameos don't have to be canon. Jackie and Cassie might be cameos. Striker is cameo only. The reason this game is prioritized over Injustice 3 is because they are working with a new engine and didn't want a 7-year gap between MK games. Mocap and Meat as cameos. Ed Boon joked about this. Jackie and Cassie not playable. Story heavily dictates who can be playable. And the reason for that, I'm assuming, is because of who's alive. Like, you know, if they're resetting the universe, then there's going to be, obviously, characters like the Combat Kids are not going to be alive, right? Because they're not born yet. The only one I cared about was Takeda, so that's no great loss for me at all. So yeah, and then lastly, which we kind of sort of knew anyway now, this is from Brazilian dude, Luis Ferraria. I can confirm that they are reliable. According to them, cameos are the main mechanics and present in every mode of the game. Now we've had that confirmation, including story mode. There are no 1v1 matches, no customizations, no variations, and no crushing blow. So I don't mind that there's no customizations, because it was just stupid, right? And I think, like, one of the main issues I have with modern Mortal Kombat beyond MK9 is the fact that they are relying. It feels like Injustice is heavily influencing MK to the nth degree. I've seen a lot of comments from people saying this just it feels like an Injustice game. It doesn't have an MK vibe. Now, I've had people say, oh, it's giving me vibes from this era or that era, but that's just nostalgia, right? That's 100% nostalgia. You know, like I said, I'm going to get the game, and I'm probably going to enjoy it, right? and I've got a video I'm going to be doing later talking about nostalgia, because it seems that, you know, yeah, anyway, I'll save it for then, right? Because I think some of the MK community needs to get reeled in and realize that criticism does not mean hate. Okay. So, but anyway, that's all the leaks that we got so far. A lot of them have been confirmed now. And then of course, over the next 3 months, we are going to be getting hit with an absolute poo ton of information regarding this game in terms of like characters and possible other game modes and stuff like that. I have a feeling though, outside of Conquest, you know, I don't know if we're going to get a whole bunch of extra stuff. I think it's going to be kind of bare bones to a degree, maybe. Just a feeling. Anyway, guys, catch you next time.